Do you replay conversations in your head hours after they end? Do you spend 20 minutes choosing what to watch on Netflix because you're terrified of wasting time? Do you lie awake at night, running disaster simulations of things that haven't even happened yet? If you answered yes to any of these, you're not just thinking too much. Psychology has a name for it: cognitive overload. And it's not harmless. It's quietly destroying your mental health, your relationships, and your ability to feel peace. These 8 signs will prove you're already trapped, and by the end, you'll understand why it hurts so much and why no one ever warned you. Sign 1. You can't make simple decisions without spiraling. Choosing what to watch on Netflix? 30 minutes gone. Picking a major in college? Months of mental torture. Deciding between 2 job offers? You're still running simulations a week later. It's not that you're indecisive. Your brain turns every choice into a full-scale analysis of every possible outcome. What if you regret it? What if there's something better? What if this one decision defines the next 5 years of your life? Psychology calls this analysis paralysis. When your mind generates so many possibilities that action becomes impossible. And here's the painful part. You already know it's irrational. But knowing doesn't stop it. Your brain doesn't want the best choice. It wants the perfect choice. And since perfection doesn't exist, you stay frozen, exhausted before you even begin. Rehook. And it doesn't stop at decisions. Sign 2. You replay conversations on a loop, rewriting what you should have said. The conversation ended hours ago, but your brain won't let it go. You replay it, word by word, rewriting the script, what you should have said, how you could have said it better, that joke that didn't land, that comment that sounded weird, that moment of awkward silence. Psychologists call this rumination. And here's the cruel part. The other person already forgot. They moved on. You didn't. Your brain treats every interaction like a performance review. Every pause, every word choice gets archived and scrutinized. Not for learning, for punishment. And this doesn't just drain you. It rewires your brain to expect threat in every conversation. But if the past is bad, wait until you see what your brain does with the future. Sign 3. You predict disasters that will never happen. Before a meeting, you've already imagined yourself failing. Before posting something online, you've calculated every way people could judge you. Before a first date, you've rehearsed every awkward silence. Psychology calls this catastrophic thinking. Your brain defaults to the worst outcome. Even with zero evidence, it will happen. And your body reacts as if the disaster is real. Heart racing, chest tight, cortisol flooding your system, all for a threat that only exists in your imagination. You're not preparing, you're suffering in advance. And then overthinking doesn't just stop you from moving forward, it stops you from moving at all. Sign 4. You analyze endlessly before taking the smallest action. Most people see a problem and act. You see a problem and think. Want to start a side project? Better research for 3 weeks first. Want to send that text? Better rewrite it 12 times. Want to apply for that opportunity? Better create a pros and cons list, then a backup plan, then a contingency for the backup plan. And by the time you're ready to move, the opportunity is gone. Psychology calls it avoidance through intellectualization. Your brain doesn't want more information, it wants certainty. And since certainty is impossible, you stay stuck in the research phase forever. You tell yourself you're being smart, careful, thorough. But deep down, you know what's really happening. You're terrified of making the wrong move, so you make no move at all. But overthinking doesn't just steal your time. Sign 5. You're mentally exhausted even when you've done nothing. You scrolled on your phone all day. watched 3 episodes, didn't leave your room, but you're drained, completely spent, because your brain has been running at full speed all day, processing, analyzing, simulating, predicting, replaying. Psychologists call this cognitive fatigue, and unlike physical exhaustion, there's no visible proof. No sweat, no sore muscles, just this deep, invisible tiredness that no amount of rest seems to fix. Your brain doesn't rest. Even when you sleep, it's running scenarios. Even when you relax, it's calculating outcomes. There's no off switch. And the worst part? People don't see it. They see someone who does nothing and wonder why you're tired. And when you're this exhausted, something happens. Sign 6. You avoid people because interaction feels like an interrogation. It's not that you don't like people. It's that being around them is work. Every conversation requires mental calculations. What do they mean? What do they think of me? Did I say the right thing? Did I say too much? Not enough? Should I have laughed at that joke? Psychology calls this social hypervigilance. Every interaction feels like a test you're not sure you're passing, so you withdraw. You cancel plans. You say you're busy, when really, you're just exhausted from existing around people. Not because you want to be alone, but because being alone is the only time your brain stops performing. The tragedy? The more you withdraw, the more your brain convinces you that you're better off isolated. But you're not antisocial. You're overthought. But overthinking doesn't just live in your mind. Sign 7. Your body is reacting to thoughts that never leave your head. Tension headaches that won't quit. Tight chest that makes you wonder if something's wrong. Stomach knots before anything even happens. Jaw clenching you don't notice until it aches. Your body is in constant defense mode. Not from real danger, but from mental threat simulations running on repeat. Psychology confirms it. Chronic overthinking triggers the same physiological stress response as actual danger. Your nervous system can't tell the difference between a real threat and an imagined one. So your body floods with cortisol. Your muscles tense. Your heart rate spikes. Your immune system weakens. All because your brain won't stop spinning. The cruel irony? You're trying to think your way out of stress, but thinking is the stress. And there's one final sign. Sign 8. Nothing ever feels finished. You submit the assignment. But did you check it enough times? You send the email, but should you have worded it differently? You finish the project, but what if there's something you missed? Psychology calls this compulsive mental checking. The inability to trust your own work, your own judgment, your own completion. For overthinkers, done doesn't exist. There's always one more thing to consider, one more detail to refine, one more possibility to explore. So you never close the loop. You never feel the relief of finishing. You just move from one unfinished mental tab to the next, carrying the weight of every incomplete thought. And the exhausting truth is this: it's not the work that never ends. It's your thinking about the work. But here's what almost no one talks about: the real reason this happens. The hidden psychological mechanism that explains everything you just recognized in yourself. This is the part psychology textbooks bury in footnotes, the secret most people never learn. Overthinking isn't a personality flaw. It's not lack of discipline. It's not you being too sensitive. It's a survival mechanism gone wrong. Your brain evolved to scan for threats, to predict danger, to simulate outcomes before taking action. 10,000 years ago, this kept humans alive. The person who thought through every scenario before leaving the cave, they survived. But in the modern world, that same mechanism misfires. There are no predators, no life or death decisions at every turn. But your brain still scans, still predicts, still simulates disaster, because it doesn't know the difference between a bad grade and a saber-toothed tiger. And because there's no real threat to resolve, your brain never gets closure. The threat never ends. The loop never stops. The simulation keeps running. Psychologists call this unresolved cognitive arousal. Your mind is on high alert with nothing to fight, nothing to flee from, and no way to turn off. And here's the part that hurts most. The more intelligent you are, the better your brain is at generating possibilities, which means the sharper you are, the more you suffer. It's not discipline you lack. It's not strength. It's a brain that's too good at its job, protecting you from dangers that don't exist. If you recognized yourself in these signs, you're not broken. You're stuck in a cognitive pattern that was designed for survival, not peace. And survival is exhausting. The first step isn't to stop thinking. It's to recognize when you are overthinking, to catch the loop before it consumes you, to see the pattern for what it is, an alarm system that won't turn off. Because once you see it, you can start interrupting it. If this felt uncomfortably accurate, you are not alone. Thousands of people are watching this right now, recognizing themselves in every word. Understanding what your brain is doing is the first step to reclaiming control. Subscribe for more psychology that explains what your mind is actually doing to you, without the sugarcoating. And remember, thinking too much isn't your fault. But recognizing it, that's your power.